Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. We are back with another great episode. We got trailers, news, and snubs. Plus, we watched some stuff and we got our underrated action movie double feature. Let's start the show. I'm Francisco, and I'm here with Mr. Horrible Takes himself, Andres. What's up,
fucking name
face?
one. Name one.
Bro.
I didn't
fucking
think
so. Moon Knight.
You can eat shit on that one, dude.
You got that one, all that. It's called Turd Night. Yeah, that's dad joke right there. Dad joke,
Yeah,
Francisco.
Terrible. Anyways, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Another week down. Here we go.
Last week of January. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, last week of January. So, that flew by.
Yes.
I was Googling like, what's coming out of February? I'm like, holy shit, we're already in February. Pretty much,
Dude, yeah. It's like right there. And you got the Super Bowl like a week and a half, 2 weeks away. Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
I know.
Man.
I just wanted to say that this is before the championship games that are going to be played this weekend. And I kind of want a Cincinnati 49er Super Bowl. Just throwing it out there. And I would, if I was a betting man, I probably would bet on Cincinnati to win it all.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see how
there you go.
Tomorrow's games go, and we'll talk about it next week. How right you are, how wrong you are. I don't know. I think Philly might take the Niners today. Or tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, man. What do we got first going?
News and tidbits.
Ooh.
We got Avatar. It's making a little bit of money. I mean, it's scraping by, It's getting all the nickels, all the coins out of the fucking couch, It hit $2 billion at the fucking box office in a month and a half?
Pretty quick.
How long?
The first one I think took much longer. But man, it's like it's overtaking, was it Infinity War? The other, which is probably my favorite Avengers film. And man, it's like, it's coming for everybody. And I don't know. Cool for them. I'm sure like Disney priority greenlit like another 18 of these fuckers, and they got lunch boxes, and I don't know. I guess they're all feeling relieved over there with their investment, but I still haven't seen it. I'm gonna wait for Disney Plus. So Mr. Cameron, hurry up, fucking cash that check and get that shit on Disney Plus. I'll check it out.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I want to go watch in the theater. I just haven't had a chance. And then I was looking at the schedule like in March, man, it's gonna be crazy because there's a lot of movies coming out in March. We'll talk about the future.
Yeah.
But it's looking excited. So exciting times.
What else we got?
All right, man. There's a little show on a little channel. HBO got renewed. The Last of Us season 2 got approved, and it had a huge ratings bump from the first episode to the second.
Yeah, they said it was like one of the biggest jumps that they've ever had on HBO, which is like another reason, I guess. I don't know if it's word of mouth or what the hell, but everyone's digging it. And I showed Christina most of the first episode, which I already watched. I'm like, is she gonna like this? I don't know. It's a little heavy, a little dark, but she was super, super into it. I'm like, all right. So we got the door open. We're going back to the fucking unhappy world of The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting. I'm excited. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Did you watch episode 2 yet?
Have not. I think that's tonight.
Yeah. A couple things for people that play the game and they're like, I'm not going to watch it because I played the game. Well, I was like, you know what? Watch Station 11. That shit is good too. And it's like pandemic and it doesn't have any zombies and shit, but it's kind of like survival mode.
Dude, I was so close to watching it this week.
Yeah, man, that's such a good show, dude. Like, I wish more people would watch that. Station 11. If you haven't had your fill with end of the world stuff and you don't want to fight zombies and be click, 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 waiting to get tongued by some vegetables, then watch Station 11.
Waiting to get tongued by some vegetables, aka Last of Us.
But yeah, man, Station 11, check it out. Okay, moving on.
We have another interesting one. So they've been trying to develop a Tomb Raider show or movie for a while because MGM, which owns the rights to it, was bought by Amazon. So Amazon's trying to figure out what to do with it. And they just did something out of left field. They hired on and brought in Phoebe Waller-Bridge to work on the Tomb Raider series, which is like, huh. I mean, number one, I'm a big fan of hers. I think she's hilarious. Like, Fleabag is an awesome show on Amazon. And she has some kind of overall production deal with Amazon. So she's set for a while. And we're going to be seeing a lot of her on Amazon one way or another, either writing it or producing. And some people were saying maybe she'll star in Tomb Raider. I'm like, I seriously doubt this one. But she's going to be in the next Indiana Jones film. So maybe we'll see what she does in that shit. And if she's all cool and jumping around and fucking shooting some guns, maybe they'll bring her in for that. But that'll be weird. But to have her voice in Tomb Raider, that's gonna be. I like it. It's a very different thing, and she's very she's hilarious, and she just has takes that are different from everyone else. So it's kind of like a really cool, fresh voice. So Tomb Raider needs some action because they've been kind of struggling for a while.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on?
Yeah, I can't say. I think I've only watched one of the Tomb Raider films. And it was just like, maybe we watched it together. I don't even know.
Probably.
It came out so long ago.
Probably.
And, but yeah, that's about my excitement level right now. It's about a 6, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
So tepid.
I was curious about the show, but now that I'm like very curious that she's involved, like what are they going to do with it? Is it going to be modern? Are they going to throw it back to like the 90s? That would be kind of cool. They throw it back to like the 80s or 90s where it's like a more sexist time and making her more of a like a kick-ass, like screw you guys kind of situation because it'd be kind of even funnier. I don't know. It depends what kind of story they want to tell, but I think that's cool. I think it's cool.
You know what I like? I like those zingers, those one-liners, you know? Like Arnold used to be the king of it, you know, like he'd throw a knife at a guy and then he'd be like, stick around, you know, like I want some of that writing, bro. Just like it's over the top, you know what I'm saying? But
that's what I'm saying. Put her back in the 90s. Put her back in the 90s and just have some crazy stuff.
Yeah, let's have some cheese dick in there, man. It's okay, you know.
That would be pretty funny, yeah. All right. Here's the next thing. You ready for something trippy? They've been talking about this weird thing for a while, and apparently this actually is going to happen. They're going to start shooting a Gladiator sequel really soon. Like they already have like the cast, and everyone's already set. Like, and it's like, why? And they announced a couple people. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, and I don't think it's going straight to DVD kind of thing. I think it's like Ridley Scott. It might be.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's directing it, right?
Like what? Like that's super out of left field, and I'm gonna get a reserved judgment because I don't know anything. But I mean, is
it a prequel?
Random. I didn't know it's a sequel. It's.
I wonder because I know that Russell Crowe's not gonna be in it.
No,
but so I'm wondering I'm with you. I'm curious, you know. But again, man, it's been so long since that movie came out. Was it 2001, 2002, 2000?
2001. When did 2001. 2000 or 2001, one of those.
Yeah. And so, again, man, my excitement level, tepid. That's the word of the day.
I'm going to go with 5.
But we'll see what happens.
Slightly curious, but yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, man. We really Scott just stick to, like, unintended comedies. Like House of fucking Gucci. That shit was hilarious.
That shit was funny, right? Like,
dude,
that's a perfect good bad movie. You know, it's bad, but it's fucking good. It's fucking makes you laugh unintentionally.
Dude, so many things. Oh,
but Papa, why did you not like me? With fucking Jared Leto with Al Pacino.
They're like, hey, turn up to 11 in this scene. You got it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here's all the coke. Boom, do it. And now read this. All right. Okay, man. Something that I'm really excited about. I'm way past tepid is Succession season 4. Man, I'm excited for this show. And they dropped the release date to the middle of March. It's gonna be the week after the end of Last of Us. So HBO's got the stranglehold on Sunday nights.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And they released a trailer too. And man, dude, the drama continues, man. The fucked up family. Award for the most fucked up family on TV goes to these fuckers. Yeah, man. So I'm excited. I think everybody's ready for the
I think
drama.
people who love it. And the people who couldn't get into it like me, just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
So 99%
cool.
of the world. And then you.
That's perfectly fine.
Hey guys, we're gonna put Succession on the quitter list for Andres.
Yeah, I think 1.5 episodes. I'm just like, oh man.
Mister,
Anyways,
what horrible takes? What bad takes?
They're all like just scumbag people. I'm like, okay, not watching scumbag people for like hours on end. Like, there's no like heroes or winners in that group. It's just like worst of the worst of the worst. And I'm like,
that's a story, bro. Sometimes you just gotta follow the story.
I'm kind of good on that. Like, I'm kind of good. I want someone to root for. And, oh man.
Yeah, you do root for different people. You can root for the Culkin kid and be like, oh, don't get caught. Or, I don't want to give any spoilers away because I don't know what people have watched or how far along they are. But hey, each episode you root for a different person. I'm like, this guy was a little bit less of an asshole than this guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to take your victories where you can. Not everybody's perfect, Andres. Wow.
Nope. It's good.
Wow, this guy.
They're all Mr. just pieces of shit. But I know people just like watching the car accidents.
They're in finance.
Yeah, they're all pieces of shit. I'm kind of good. I'm kind of good on that one.
Yeah. I don't think it's any worse than A Wolf of Wall Street. And you love A Wolf of Wall Street.
Because it's hilarious.
This is hilarious too.
I didn't think it was funny.
But you're not giving it a chance. What do you want him to fucking snort some coke out somebody's asshole? Maybe they do it and you don't know.
That would speed up the fucking process for me.
Maybe they do it and you don't even know.
How many hours and hours and hours do I have to watch before I get a laugh? That's not me.
You'll never know.
I won't, and I'm good.
Okie dokie. I think I poked enough fun of Andres, so we're going to move on.
Yeah, move on from that garbage.
Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
All right. They dropped earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what are your hot takes? Your biggest snubs? What's your overall sense?
Not too many surprises. I mean, it's funny. Like, going in, they did the whole like the Golden Globes, and like the people who did well at the Golden Globes did well during the Oscars, and Everything Everywhere All at Once is like fucking just steamrolling. Which is like, cool. That was my pick for best movie of the year. So I'm like, cool. Bad take contrast. Look at that shit. Fucking got winners. And, but yeah, I mean, that one was cool. I'm just happy they're getting recognition. I think I was a little bit surprised by some of the snubs. I don't know, what were your takes? Then we can get into some of the snubs. Some things I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, I'm bummed about, some of the snubs, but, whatever. And then, the big machine keeps on rolling, like if you have friends in the right places, then you're going to get your movie in, I guess, or your thing, like some of the big dogs that we knew that were going to get in.
So many so many, there's like 10 best pictures. I'm like, is that a lot? Like, is that?
Yeah.
Are we really?
Yeah. And then there's movies that got left out that were like, maybe this should be in there. Like I watched maybe half of those movies that got nominated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one in particular to me is just kind of like, But then
which one?
There's a couple of them like the Banshees of Inisherin. That one, I gotta say, man, it's kind of sticking to my ribs, and it's like I think about it more, and I'm like, man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And it's like, I'm like, oh shit, they're like different points of views or perspectives, and
Sure.
And it just keeps growing. And I'm like, man, this is really good. So, yeah.
Cool. Let's talk about some snubs. What do you got for snubs? Some bummers.
Bummer, the menu. Man, the fucking menu, dude. That killed me.
How did it not get nominated? I don't think I got nominated for a single thing. I'm like, how do you
Yeah.
screw that up?
Yeah. I would have just been like,
got,
I would have clapped once, like, you know, like the chef, and be like,
to the clap.
okay. Yeah. And now here's the menu. I'm like, damn, dude. I love that movie.
You
It
know
was
what's
one
wild?
of the nicest surprises.
Yeah. Yeah, and we started watching it again. We watched like maybe half the film just like random the other day. We're like, hey, we just wanted to put something on real quick. And we're like, just watch the menu again. And we just watched it. We're watching it again. It is such a fun, cool experience the second time because there's so many little tiny things you start catching the second time. We're like, oh shit. Yeah. Oh. Dude, it's so enjoyable. You have to watch it.
Did you poke any holes in it?
No. I think it added more. There's like all these little looks and gestures and half sentences that are there. Yeah. You're like, wait, what? Like things that we're like letting go. But when you watch it again, you're like, everything had some kind of a meaning or subtext. You're like, oh, it's pretty damn awesome. It's pretty. And then when you know what the character's motivations are, especially like Nicholas Hoult, it's like, oh man, it's so good. It's so good.
See, like anyways. I think about it like one of the things that I think about when I think about that movie is like when they're checking in at the dock, and then the I don't know, the hostess is like, oh,
but she is.
We'll try to make your stay as best as possible. Like, you know, we'll make it as easy as possible or something like that. But I thought that was fucked up. But yeah, it was good. Little spoiler.
Oh, edit it. But yeah, the menu got taken. I mean, for acting, editing, production design. I mean, even Ralph Fiennes' face, without even saying certain things, you just see him light up with either anger or terror or delight. I'm like, oh, dude, it's so good. Anyways, two other
Snubs,
ones.
You know, one thing I noticed.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but one thing that I noticed, like in cinematography, like, Steven Spielberg got nominated for director, and like Fableman got nominated for best film, and it was not nominated for cinematography. And I thought that was interesting. I'm like, you would think that this movie that's about a filmmaker or like the process, and I've heard nothing but great things, and it didn't get nominated for cinematography, and I thought that was crazy.
That makes no sense. I mean, all of his stuff is always really good.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's a big Spielberg thing. Is like, oh, the way it was shot, or the motion, the way he sets his cameras up, or the way he sets his shots, and all those other stuff.
Cinematography got nominated for his last film, which was West Side Story, which was the cinematography was off the chain. It was so good.
Yeah,
but man, yeah. And then, so speaking of cinematography, the two other snubs that I had, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Number one, Top Gun. It got nominated for a lot of stuff, which was cool. But not cinematography. I mean,
really?
Half that film, it was like a visual feast. And it was like, just, how do you screw up?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Yeah, man, that I would have thought for sure that one was nominated for cinematography. They're pretty creative with the way how they got some of those shots. Like mounting the cameras on the plane and even like shooting it, not knowing where you're gonna get till you reviewed it when the plane landed. Dude, some of the stuff was innovative.
That was such an experience that we've never really experienced before, and then, like that was half the draw for the film because you were in, and it didn't get nominated for that. I'm like, how do you screw that up? Like that was a big. I think it should not just get nominated. I think it should probably win because it was like such a new, cool, and amazing experience. Oh, well, good job, Oscars. And the other one was The Batman. The Batman is a hell of a great looking film. Like, hell of a great looking film. And that cinematographer, Greg Fizer, who won the Academy Award for Dune, I think, last year, and he's shooting Dune 2 right now. I thought that was one of the best looking films of the year, and nothing. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah,
No
man, it's gonna be an
credit
interesting
there.
show. Hopefully, do you think of crowd favorite like Top Gun or Avatar has a chance of winning?
I don't know, man. I don't understand the system all the way. I think usually they go for like the more artistic-y films.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, like the first Avatar lost to the Hurt Locker, which was wild. Like the Hurt
Mm-hmm.
Locker made like $10, and the first Avatar made
Yeah,
like $20
and
trillion,
was
and
boring.
they Hurt Locker had its moments. Um, but yeah, even I was surprised at that one. So if it didn't win then, it's probably not going to do that here. So I don't know. It's also Avatar's like it's like a 99% animated film. So it's kind of a weird.
Yeah,
Where does it
yeah,
land? Like it's like almost like 99% CG. So where does that land? Is it an animated film? Like do you
yeah,
best picture? Like does that mean
yeah.
Toy Story 4 should be up for like a best picture when you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't understand. Anyways, it's a little gray. I think James Cameron doesn't really care. He's counting his money.
Yeah.
But
Remember
yeah,
we
those are
watched them once. We went to a panel and it was him and Peter Jackson,
yeah.
and a person in the audience asked them like, "Oh, do you want to make your small film?" Or you're like blah blah blah, and he's like, "No, I don't want to make a small film. I want to make the biggest movie possible I can make because like why would I do that? I want to make, you know." He just thinks big, dude. He's like a big thinker, and he wants to make big things. And it was so funny when he answered that question. It was kind of like not an asshole, but borderline asshole answer. But at the same time, like that's how he sees things. He doesn't have
Yeah.
like I'm sure he doesn't have reverse. He just has fucking first, and then he goes to fifth, and boom, let's
Just
go.
go. Go. I don't care how many
Just go.
engines I fucking destroy doing this thing. We're going.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
go.
Go, no, go.
Big old titties. Remember from Tropic
Danny
Thunder?
McBride. Dude, I was telling Christina the other day the funny story from Danny McBride. I'll tell you real quick before we go on to the next category. When Danny McBride, that was like one of his first big movies, and he was so excited because they flew him out to Hawaii when they were shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, him and Nick Nolte, most of their scenes were filmed together, and they were like secondary. So they're in Hawaii for months with nothing to do. So him and Nick Nolte would just go and do jet skis and shit for like weeks on end, and then call him in for like a day, film your thing, and then go back out for like a week and keep jet skiing. And he was like, "That was the most amazing thing ever." And I'm like, Danny McBride is hanging out in Hawaii with Nick Nolte with nothing to do. That's wild.
That's crazy. Nick Nolte, bet you had some war stories.
Oh, you bet.
Is that my granddaughter?
Put him in the shot. All right. We've lingered.
All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Let's get out of these Oscar nominations, and we're going to go into what we watched.
What we watched. Woo. All right, man. What did we watch?
All right. I watched the film by Scott Cooper and starring Christian Bale called The Pale Blue Eye, set in the 1800s in a murder mystery involving Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. It was interesting. It was a slow burn.
Would you watch it again? Would
I watch it again? Probably not. I probably would not watch it. If I'm going to watch a Christian Bale movie, I probably would watch something interesting or something more interesting. But I don't know if it's, if you ain't got nothing to do, I guess watch it. But there's some, at the end of the movie, there's some redeeming kind of qualities to it. But like the first 35, 40 minutes is kind of like, damn, it's just dragging right now. And, but then it gets a little crazy in the end. The last 30 minutes are pretty cool. Last 40 minutes are pretty cool. And it's shot good, and the production value's there, and all the people give good performances. Nobody was, out of pocket. Everybody was, everybody played their roles good, and it was a nice little twist at the end, and it was cool at the end. But the first, again.
Yeah, I heard it's a pretty slow burn. Like, it's a very slow burn. Like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for a slow burn anytime soon, so I just haven't checked it out. There's just too many other things right now. But
I didn't.
he's
I
never.
didn't, I didn't go to sleep either. Like you know, man. Like, hey, if I can take a nap, homie's taking a nap, and it kept me awake because it was interesting, but at the same time, it was like not because it was visually attractive, but it was just not story wise compelling.
Got it. All right. Yeah, I just still feel bad for Christian Bale with the whole Thor Love and Thunder. I'm like, dude, I just want to give him a hug and be like, it'll be all right, bro. It's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Move on to other things.
What do you think? What kind of role does he need to get back on track to being motherfucking Christian Bale?
He needs to play almost like an American Psycho kind of level, something or other, but like a more physical, like you don't gotta be running down the hallway naked with a chainsaw kind of physical. But I mean, he needs to like lighten it up. And I don't know, he likes these crazy roles, and I don't know, man.
Something not too serious, right? Like I feel like he's always so serious.
Yeah, he needs
and like shave your face, bro. Like you're handsome. Pick a role with a suit. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool. I'd like to see him do like a meaty role, Christopher Nolan again. We'll see, but not like all like crazy. Like eat something. Like dude, eat some steaks and whatever you gotta do before some cheeseburgers, and then put on a little weight because this whole like skinny crazy guy. Like we get it. Move on. For whatever.
You know, last month I was at a family thing and we did a Terminator Salvation rewatch. It's not that bad.
I like it.
Now.
I like that movie. That movie is like surprising. Like it looks and gritty and feels gritty. It's like
it got a bad rap.
80%. It's like 80% there. Like there's a couple things here and there that are a little like, but for a Terminator film, like in the future, it's like a direct sequel to the Terminator 3. Actually, like how they kind of like go about it. Like it works for the most part. Like it works. It's not like the most amazing thing, but it totally works.
Yeah. All right.
But
what else you got, man? What did you watch?
So this is a tricky one. I don't really know how to review this one. There's a show on Netflix that Christina was kind of interested in, and I'm like, every now and then I gotta, gotta have some wins. Yeah, that's fair enough. I make her watch like crazy shit like Last of Us. It's football sometimes. So there's a show that apparently was a huge ratings thing, like in the last year or last several months, called Anatomy of a Scandal. Ooh. And holy shit. Oh man, it was rough. It was rough for me. It was like in England, everything was like super melodramatic. It's a fun cast, but it was like, oh man, it was very slow, but at the same time, it was very formulaic. Or I'm like, let me guess. This happened. Like, let me guess. This is gonna happen. I got through like 1.5 episodes before I had to like tap out. And I was like, I was just around the area. Like, tell me what happens. And I was like listening in the other room, and the whole time, like, oh my god, like, oh my god, like, are you serious? Like, this is. It's like a 80s soap opera level of like ridiculousness, but it's told in a very proper British serious way. And I'm like, oh my god, like there's so many things that are like completely improbable, played out super serious, and it's like, and again, it's very predictable for the most part. And it's just improbable, predictable, English, very proper. And I did watch, I think, the last half of the last episode just to watch them wrap it up. I'm like, okay. And it pretty much ended with me going, yeah, who gives a fuck? It was just like not. That's all I have to say. Like, I don't get it, but there's definitely like a whole bunch of people out there who love like that formulaic drama, super over the top. Like, are you? I think there's a part of my brain that's too sensible, and that Mr. Sensible comes on and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like nobody knew about this for the last like 20 years because they're all public figures.
Like you're applying too much common sense.
Yes, I need to turn that part of my
brain. You're
Mr.
Logical, and you're like,
yeah.
Hey, does that make sense? No, yeah, I get it.
I bet
I get it.
Big stretches, and especially when it's like a proper English doing the big stretches. I'm like, what? Anyways, it was what it was. Anatomy of the Scandal on Netflix. Apparently, it's a big hit. Maybe people love it. Maybe our listeners love it. Cool. And let me know why, because that shit was too much. I think you would not like that shit either. Oh,
Bro, I have a zero interest. I went from tepid to fucking no
ice
thanks.
Cold. But yeah, so all right, moving on. What did you watch? You watched something else.
Yeah, man. Something cool. Moving on. Yeah, this is gonna be quirky corner, quirky ass show called
Quirky Corner. All right.
Yeah, quirky. It's called Poker Face. It's starring Natasha Leone and Leone. I don't know. It's got an E at the end. And it's written by Ryan Johnson and produced by Ryan Johnson. Mm-hmm. And it's a TV show, and it's not serialized. It's more of a mystery of the week kind of show. But it's got the first episode sets up the premise, and then you just go on. They put the first 4 up on Peacock, and basically this girl, somehow, they explained it on there, but I'm not going to be able to explain it. She can tell when people are lying. Like, she can tell when you tell her something and she's like, oh, that's bullshit. Like, she can read your face or the way you say it. She can just tell when somebody's lying. So she got caught playing cards, and they thought that she was counting cards or cheating some other way, and she could just tell when people were bullshitting on the bets. And so it starts. The first episode takes place in a casino, and it turns into a murder mystery, and she uses her skills to get out of it. But that result of the first episode propels her into the rest of the season, and doing a mystery of the week kind of thing. But it's funny, it's quirky, it's really interesting looking, because some of it, they made it look like the intro looks a little 80s, like an 80s TV show. You know how Quentin does his intro sometimes, where the title cards look older?
It's kind of in your face.
Yellow with black, black outline and stuff. So anyway, so it has some depth to it, and it's funny. The girl does a great job, Natasha Leone, and the writing's clever, and there's not a lot of stakes, but it's kind of, sometimes you don't need to, save the world.
It's
sometimes
Ryan
you
Johnson.
just need to, Ryan Johnson. Yeah. And they put the first 4 on Peacock. So we did a little we put it on, and me and my kid, we couldn't turn it off. We ran through them.
That's fucking cool, because I was super curious about this show, because it's flying under the radar with him doing Knives Out 2. Everyone's focused on that, and then he pulled this one out of the bag. I'm like, wait, you got a TV show too, homie?
Yeah.
So like
the writing's good, man. The dialogue's good. Each episode has its own little guest appearance with some pretty good cast, man. Like I'm like, oh shit, he's in this. Oh damn, he's in this. So there's a lot of pretty cool guest appearances. So I definitely recommend this. So you guys go into Quirky Corner with me and go check out some Poker Face.
Well, I'm looking forward to checking it out at some point, hopefully sooner than later, and me and you can talk more about it too. That's fucking cool.
Yep. All right, man. Moving on. What, you watched another thing, right?
I got this one other thing I watched. Actually, I think like a week or 2 ago. I just forgot to bring it up because I thought it was interesting. On Prime, there's a movie right now called Cyrano, based on the Cyrano de Bergerac. I don't know how many hundreds of years has this story been around.
Yeah.
And this one stars Peter Dinklage. And I was like, that's the only reason I was curious about it. I'm like, Peter Dinklage is
it's an interesting take. Yeah.
I'm like, cool. So yeah, Peter Dinklage, cool. I did not know the film was a musical. So that kind of took me out. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? So that made it a little rough at times, but it was kind of cool. Like maybe 3/4 of the way through the film, we're kind of rolling with it. There's some fun stuff here and there. Don't take it too serious. It's a really good looking film. Surprisingly, some action stuff and some violence. And I was like, shit, this is cool. But then the last quarter of the film just goes off the rails, and it's just like, unhappiness on top of unhappiness and tragedy. And it's like, it's not a new story, but it just goes to like dark places and then just kind of ends. And you're like, wait, what? And yeah, they're trying to keep it loyal, I guess, to the source material. But man, it just kind of was like, ugh. Like that plus the weird musical numbers, hard to die. Very low on the list, I think. It's cool because it's on Prime. I told you to check out the first 15 minutes because it's something very different. But yeah,
I haven't gotten a chance.
It's middle of the road, if that. Like for some stuff, like if you can just stop it like halfway through, you're probably okay. Just get that flavor in there and get out of there, and you're good. Just to kind of see what they're up to. Like Peter Dinklage is awesome for the first like half of the film. We're just like it's great, but then it just kind of goes a little off the rails. So check it. It's free on Prime right now, people. But dip your toes in with caution. Caution. Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
You know what's cool?
It's gonna be on the maybe, on the roll the dice.
I would say maybe watch 15 minutes and you're good. You get permission to put on the quitter list from this one. Like just get the flavor, check it out, and get out of there. What's cool?
I just don't know how to quit, baby.
Yeah, apparently. Like I'll stick with some garbage for hours. Good job. All right.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's good because it ain't me, baby.
No, it's not.
All right.
Fucking King Quitter. All right, moving on.
King Quitter. I should get a crown. We'll see if we can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder how many quitter nicknames I can give you. We're going to find out. I'm going to
collect the fucking quits like the Infinity Stones. Have like a little crown and be like,
I know.
I only need this 10 more.
Yeah. Yeah. The ambassador of quitness.
His royal quitness.
All right. Moving on. Trailers.
Woo. All right. What's the first one?
All right. All right, man. Dungeons and Dragons released the full trailer. What'd you think?
Yeah. I mean, the last trailer was pretty full. I watched like the first like 30 seconds and I was laughing so hard I had to turn it off. I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know anymore. I just want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
I just because it has that kind of level of humor where like
don't be surprised.
Completely unexpected situation. It just turns hilarious. Like that's all I have to say. I'm like, oh man, I'm so excited for this film.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I love about this trailer, and like it was in the previous trailer, but man, did they pick the fucking perfect song? Man, that song, dude, is like, and I'm like, and sometimes people, studios, everybody, they fall into like, oh, they use the same songs over and over. So I get it. You know, it's kind of hard to find a good song, catchy, but I haven't heard this in a trailer forever. And I don't know if it's Led Zeppelin being really protectful of their catalog.
They're very protectful. I've only heard Led Zeppelin songs in three films. It was like School of Rock, Thor, Love it, and Ragnarok, and this because like they're very protective.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that makes sense because you don't hear their music a lot. It's not like the Rolling Stones and fucking Mr. Scorsese every fucking movie. But so it's kind of nice to have a little taste, you know, and like to pick the perfect song for this trailer. I can't get enough of it. I'm like,
I think it's going to be pretty big. If this movie doesn't make like a pile of money, I'll be kind of upset. Like, boy, I don't know.
I'm a little scared of doing that kind of prediction since the last time we got
we got burnt bad. All right, what's the
we're all like Wakanda forever, and like, no, bitch, Avatar 2,
Blue Cats.
Yeah, we got to do some blue stuff. Blue water, blue people, blue fish, blue everything. All right, moving on. I saw this, man, and I thought of you because you started watching this series, and I watched the trailer, and oh my, Andres has to watch this. Did you watch the Harley Quinn trailer for the Valentine's Day special?
Yes, I did.
And thoughts?
Dude. It's like they had a meeting.
They're out there.
They said this show is not NC-17 rated enough. Let's see how much further we can go. Like, what?
Dude. This trailer has me like, damn, they went that far. Should I just go back and because I watched like the first 3 or 4 episodes when it came out, and I'm like, man, I have to watch it in the darkness while everybody's asleep because it's just so wild, man. And then I'm like, and then I can be that old 40 something watching fucking cartoons in the middle of the night. I'm like, damn, I feel bad. Oh, dude,
this episode looks out there.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hilarious. I wonder though, at what point do you think they're gonna like stop being as funny and just being more crude or rude? You know what I mean? Like that balance is already like a fine line. And I'm like, for the show. And now it's like, I hope they don't lose track of like the laughs and like the story. The shit's funny. It's really well done.
Yeah. Well, like in the trailer, like they were talking and you can see different people like in the background and you're like, Jesus Christ. Like that was funny.
NC-17 cartoon.
Yeah.
From Warner Brothers.
All right, guys. Yeah, check out the trailer, guys. If you have if your humor, your sensitivity to humor falls in line with this trailer, then check out the show. I mean, you never know, you might like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
The
next
trailer
up,
looks cool. Check out the show. All right. What you got next?
Next up, we got this movie called 65. Man, Mr. Adam Driver, going sci-fi. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Looks pretty standard. I don't know. There's something about Adam Driver and like a pure actiony sci-fi running around with like a laser gun kind of thing or something. It's kind of like, it's just not his jam. You know what I mean? Like he's more at home with like,
he's out of place.
I'm feeling a thing and I have to talk about it for the next 45 minutes. That's like Adam Driver for me, which in a lot of times that works.
I liked him in the medieval time period too. I gotta say, he looked cool as a knight. Like his face is like seasoned, so I feel like he could be best used in like that kind of period timepiece, you know, where shit's not easy for everybody.
Not like a fucking spaceship pilot. You're like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, everything's clean.
It's a little. I don't know. And the idea is kind of like simple for this film. I'm kind of like, okay.
It's like, for me, it's like, oh, I wonder what this would have been if Ronald Emmerich would have made this movie. It's like a disaster movie, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like a disaster, you know, kind of thing. And it might be one of those things where, hey, just shut your brain off and watch it, you know, and you might be surprised.
It could be cool, but I don't know. I have gone very, we'll see. I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last trailer that we got on here was the second trailer for Shazam. This movie's been done for a while, I think, and it's been pushed back a few times. And The Fury of the Gods looks like it's gonna finally come. And what you think? Did you watch it or did you?
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Okay, cool.
No, I liked the first Shazam a lot. I was like, that's probably one of the best, well-rounded DC films. Like they didn't. They didn't shit the bed on it. I was like, whoa. And Zachary Levi, if I say it, that dude cracks me up.
Yeah.
He cracks me up.
Yeah. And, you're a fanboy. I know.
Yeah. There you go. I enjoy happy, fun things. That's why I don't watch Succession and like, give me the crazy.
It's happy.
Crazy.
They're happy to fuck each other over all the
time. Anyways, Shazam, I think it looks fun. I think they showed a lot of stuff. Like it looked visually like, damn, they're fucking going for it in this. Like they're fighting some crazy creatures and it looked good. And it was like, I'm in. Like, I don't know. Like I would probably pay for matinee at least to go watch this in the theater. I think it would be like a fun turn your brain off. And as long as it's like up there with the first one, like the sensibility of storytelling and not taking itself too seriously, which really helped the DC film finally. I think it's going to be fun. It looks like they spent some money on this one too. So fingers crossed. Your thoughts?
My first thought watching the trailer was like, I think that pushing it back so much and then all the other films pretty much sucking has helped this movie, because I think that they're like, oh man, we can't just put something half-ass out there. So I feel like they did put a lot of money into the special effects. All the special effects, even his suit, like looks way better to me than I remember. And they definitely were like, all right, they're not gonna roll out a turd anymore. Like I feel like they have pride in this, and I'm excited. And I think it's funny that you're like, oh, I would shell out, matinee money for it, and that'd be a cool take on movies. Or like, oh, would you do like full 3D experience, or you want
Would you go to the 4D and the fucking chairs moving around and shaking you all over the place? This would probably be a good one because they're flying around a lot in this one.
Yeah.
For like the chairs, man.
So yeah, I'm excited, man. This comes out in March, and I was saying earlier, there's a ton of stuff coming out in March. So this might be like a movie a week in the movie theaters for me in March. That's my goal, man. Right now, I'm putting it down, and I'm saying it on this pod that a movie a week in March at the movie theaters. There's so much stuff.
I'll help encourage you. I'll try to help encourage you and remind you gently.
Because Dungeons and Dragons, this one, John Wick.
Yeah.
Boom. And there's another one I can't remember, but there's 4.
Is on. That's so cool. So many cool things. And
yeah, man. So anyways, this was good, man. I'm happy for DC and for this people that worked on this movie, because it's been a while.
You know what sucks is this could very well be the last of like this current DC run of films.
Well, because, Aquaman too.
I guess Aquaman. I totally forget that's even a thing. Oh yeah.
Hey, don't disrespect Aquaman, bro. God damn, bro.
So, like I said, this could be the last one. Apparently, the Flash is getting good reviews. So, hopefully it's badass. But
hopefully,
Aquaman. Anyways, move on from that shit.
Bro,
running around the middle of the desert. Aquaman,
dehydrated.
Who thought about that?
His powers.
Let's get the fish guy and put him literally in the middle of the desert and make it the most boring thing we can. That sounds good. Sounds cheap. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see the end because you quit. Because you're a quitter.
No, I watched the whole thing. It was hurting. That show was hurting.
Yeah,
anyways,
man,
but I like Justin more.
Then he got the sharks from fucking Finding Nemo, and they fucking won. So, your face.
Yay.
Moving on to new to the list.
Woo.
Yeah,
all right,
man.
what do we got?
But first, we got Wakanda Forever. Goes on Disney Plus February 1st. I'm excited.
I just want to see where they take the story. Like it seems like it's got some mixed reviews here and there. Yeah. I'm excited. I know anyways, I want to see where the story goes. So I'm definitely checking that out. Well, shit, we might even, I don't know what is. Yeah, that's this week. We might even check it out in the next episode. We'll see how that goes. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next thing you got?
The next, they just put it a couple days ago on Peacock. Tar. It's one of the
it's on Peacock.
Leading Oscar. Yeah, they just put it on.
Wow.
So yeah, man. Hey, Peacock. People hate on Peacock, but hey, it's got some stuff on it. They got some stuff on it.
You got 2 this week. Sounds like you got 2 winners this week.
Well, and then Royal Rumble. Hey, Royal Rumble's on today. We're gonna watch some Royal Rumble on Peacock. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's Peacock's okay. All right. Yeah, man.
All right, Tar. Yeah, that's what
check it out.
Kate Blanchett. Yeah. Apparently, Kate Blanchett kills it in that movie, and I want to check it out.
She's great, man. I can't say that she's horrible in anything. I thought like Nightmare Alley. She was my favorite thing in Nightmare Alley. That was a good movie. I mean, it was interesting.
It needed a lot more. That film needed a lot more. But
I think that one is gonna age well, bro. I feel it.
Maybe. There's nothing bad in it. There's just nothing great in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of like it just needed more story. Yeah. Anyways.
All right, moving on to our double feature. So we're going to go with underrated action films.
Yeah. I mean, something very different.
Yeah, something different. Like 65. Hey, it might be great. It might not, but it might be great. It might be. I think a lot of people are not going to watch it. I think it's not going to do great, but we'll see. So anyways, underrated films, action movies. You want to go first or you want me to go?
I'll go. Sure. I'm pretty sure like this is a weird category. We're trying to figure out what qualifies as what. Like, who is this something people don't talk about? I think mine's kind of an underrated action film because it's a foreign action film, actually.
Oh,
and this was
is it Paddington?
There is. I think he has a grappling hook in one of the scenes. You gotta stop hating on Paddington. That shit. I gotta.
No, just making sure. I have no confusion. What's your film? Sorry to interrupt.
What an ass dick. Anyways, all right. Remember that. I'm gonna interrupt you when you go. All right. I got Chocolate. Chocolate. It's called from 2008. Yeah. It's I don't know if it's Thai, but it's the director of Ong Bak did his follow up was this starring a lady, like a young lady who's basically mute, but she knows how to pick up kung fu from like watching all these things, and she gets into some shit, and it's like 2 hours of this young lady like beating the shit out of dudes like all over like town, trying to like deal with the mob and whatever else is happening.
What's the name of the movie again?
Chocolate. It's literally called Chocolate. Why is it called Chocolate? I don't know.
Oh man, so funny. I was like, I was thinking of the Johnny Depp movie. I'm like, what? I don't remember any fucking machine guns in that movie.
I would have called that. That's Chocolat. This one is Chocolate. Don't get confused, homie.
My bad.
I don't know why they called it that. They could have called
Chocolate,
it
huh? I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
I don't know what it's streaming on right now, but that movie's pretty fucking kick ass. Like, if you want something totally different, and it's all subtitles, but Chocolate is just a badass, like, brutal film. Like, there's beating the shit. There's like some sequences you're just like, how did anyone not die during the sequence? Like, it's insane. Like some of the shit, and then they do like the outtakes afterwards. They're just like, where everyone's getting taken to the hospitals and shit. They do a stunt, and they're like, action, boom, 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 and cut. And then like the paramedics run in, throw them on a stretcher, and throw them into an ambulance and take off. And they go to the next scene. You're like, oh shit! It's one of those movies. It's they don't have like safety laws in wherever the fuck they filmed it in Asia, so that's the movie you're gonna be watching, and it's wild, but it's good. It's fun. It's like, holy crap. And that's a film I don't think anyone's really seen much of. So check out Chocolate, not Chocolat.
Yeah, never heard of it.
Chocolate.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Wow, I'm surprised.
Cool.
All right. What you got?
For me, I got a 2018 film. It's called Upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
2018. Upgrade. All right, man. It's set in like the near future. And basically, this guy, he gets drugged. Oh, no, he gets in an accident, right? And then there's a lot of stuff that happens with his body.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but it's just a fun action movie. Well, I don't want to spoil anything else.
What's nuts about this movie is after you watch it, you can go on YouTube and just put in like Upgrade all action scenes, and someone just like a supercut of like all the fights in the film in like one YouTube video.
Oh, wow.
Like, it is pretty cool. But that movie's nuts. And I think it's underrated, I would say. It's like a lower budget, and they spent the money when they really needed to, and fun production designs. There's a couple twists and turns, and I like that. And
it's only an hour and 40 minutes in and out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get your action fix in. Yeah.
The good guys are good. Wasn't there really good guys? I don't know. There's like one group against another group versus another. Yeah. I don't really know. You just got to watch it.
I feel like this is a precursor to like the Road Warrior, but anyways, Upgrade, man. The guy that stars in the film his name is Logan Marshall Green. I've seen him. He's a that guy. You recognize him from different things.
He was in the first Spider-Man Homecoming. He was one of the bad guys. Like he has a look. He kind of looks like Tom Hardy to me sometimes, depending on how they look. He's like the American Tom Hardy, that guy.
Yeah. So, man, check it out. Upgrade from 2018. I'm not sure where it's streaming either.
That's a good pick.
So we got Chocolate and Upgrade. Upgrade your chocolate. Boom.
We got to figure out, like, when we give our recommendations, like, where can people go watch these things maybe beforehand so they don't got to spend all this time? Like those assholes.
I know. All right, man. I think that's it for us today.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
It's still early on this fine Saturday, so I'm gonna try to go catch up on like some Last of Us, and I don't know what else. But you know what we're also watching right now, man? This is like a last minute thing. I don't even know if you put it on the list or whatnot, but we started rewatching season 3 of Barry.
Good stuff.
And damn it, it's still good. Like we're just kind of going back and watching easy, like small bites of stuff while we're like in between working on certain things around the house. But yeah, Barry season 3 is still awesome. Damn it, it's good. It's so good. It's so unexpected. Even I remember most of the season. I still forgot half of it because it's so unpredictable. I loved it.
Yeah. No, it's a great season. It's my favorite season of that show. So
yeah, me too.
Cool stuff.
But
all right, man. Well, that's our show. Thank everybody for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave any comments or recommendations. I apologize for Andres' bad takes again. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Let's go.